There's a body of myths from all around the world that include what turn out to be, expressed in the language of myth and the symbolism of myth. What they capture is extremely precise observations of a phenomenon called the precession of the equinoxes.
Right.
But because of a wobble on the axis of the Earth, which unfolds very, very slowly and it's very hard to observe, we're gradually tracking backwards. The sun as a pointer against the zodiac is gradually tracking backwards through the zodiac.
1 degree every 72 years.
1 degree every 72 years. That's the key figure. Now, to observe this process is not easy, and it requires an accurate interest in astronomy, accurate astronomical observations, accurate solar observations. It's astonishing that a whole sequence of numbers related to this particular issue, which really, again, is a relatively recent discovery of our civilization, are found in myths that go back to the dawn of time. It's the year 2012, and its importance is signaled to us by the Mayan calendar. When I find these numbers locked into architecture or myth or really scientific artifacts like the Mayan calendar, then I know that I'm dealing with the same system. And it comes down to us out of the mists of prehistory, and I believe it is a worldwide legacy from a lost civilization.
So, I wanted to share with you a perspective on 2012, getting back to your earlier question, Sean. I was looking through the web for various scientific studies done by Russians on torsion fields, which is the energy field of consciousness. I, quite by accident, stumbled across the Russian Institute of Temporology, which means the study of the nature of time. Does everybody know about the golden mean, the phi 1.618? That's the harmonic cut, the sacred cut. You can cut a guitar string and it'll be 1 to 1.618 is the ratio. Anyway, that's the basis of all life and all growth. If you take the Mayan calendar cycle, 5,200 years in length, and you start chopping that up by the phi ratio so that it implodes into a singularity in 2012, which means that if you have an imploding spiral, okay, you're cutting it by phi, you cut up 5,200, make that sacred cut, and then cut that unit and cut that unit, those cuts will fall on certain years. And what Smelyakov discovered is that on those years, very, very substantial changes happen on the planet, including the fall of civilizations, the rise of new methods of measuring time, the rise of new civilizations, the rise of great spiritual teachers such as Jesus and Gautama Buddha, the major earth changes. In fact, the Russians did a 2,000-year retrogressive study of earthquakes and found that the biggest earthquakes happen on these resonance points. Well, think about what I said. It implodes into 2012. So what does that mean?
We are living through, in a 67-year period that stretches from 1945 to 2012, a compressed version of a larger historical epoch, 4,306 years long, that also ends in 2012. Because we are being drawn toward the attractor through shorter and shorter epochs. And so, do you see what's happening? The spiral is tightening as it goes faster and faster. The resonances are impinging. The thing is getting nuttier and nuttier and nuttier as computers link all cultures together, all informational barriers dissolve. Everything is becoming connected to everything else. Not only everything in the present moment, but all past moments as well, which is nothing less than all time, all space, shrunk down to an atomic dimension and handed back to us.